alright, it's alright. Hopefully I keep it out of my videos for the moment. Well, this was unexpected. You said it would be a car tour or something. Yep, he's due to heading back to Lost Withiel. The points have changed too. Yeah, they maybe had the clearance. No, tell you said it come up. You need to run the point. You haven't seen this on the point before.
They also don't go up too proper, these ones. They just go down to the point. So you don't see these ones down the bottom because they don't go that far. So they just go around the Lost Withiel loop.
These are the coal ones, they know like the tankers we see. Yeah. It's like sand. You can hear the rumbling on the track.
I mean, if you're pretty much speaking out the track.
I wouldn't.
No, definitely not. No.
Not because that, it's a safety factor too.
It just keeps on going.
The last one was a shot.
The vibrations as well as your feet.
Yeah.
I think he's a big one. He is a big one.
It's going super slowly too.
He has to, doesn't he? Because it's changing onto the other track as well.
Yeah, but that's not until further up.
Not that far up.
I think there's someone else is coming through because of the lights. Yeah, he's slowing down to a stop up there.
He's better to feel the line.
Yeah.
Once he's cleared it, then they'll change the tracks back and then the next train comes. It's actually due very soon.
What's the next cargo? Is that not until 3 or something?
It's like another hour yet.
So it'll probably be that one probably coming back.
No, it won't be that one, it'll be a different one. The one that goes through Poppy.
I can hear train horns in the distance.
Could have been him.
Probably there's another train coming through the other direction. You probably see another one probably off in the
That's not
distance.
Junior.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video of Model Railways. And today we're doing basically how to build your Model Railway series. At the same time we're going to run some trains as well. Trying to get past you. These are falling down everywhere. And being today is a nicer, brighter day, it makes things easier. See the trains much nicer. But it also goes to show how much mess I've still got to sort out in this room. But yeah, we've got a lot still to tidy. What's the main objective for today's video? Running trains and show you the next part to how to plan your railway out, which is going to be a tricky thing, but we'll try our best to see how much effort we can put into this railway and see if we can get something out of it. But just trying to keep beside each other for the moment. So I'm just going to tidy this up and then we'll sort out a running session with the locomotives and show you how to build your Model Railway series part 2, I think it was. It could be part 1. No, it's part 2, it's definitely part 2. I'm going to have to get my drawing pad down to show you what else can be done to your railway. But there's going to be a lot of different experiences with railways in general, because model railways is more than just more than what you can buy with your money. But it's not just trains; it's also the carriages and coaches and the wagons, and then obviously building up a huge layout if that's what you want. But before we do get cracking on the trains themselves, I'm gonna move some bits out of this to get this railway started, because there's a lot of mess still to organise, and I'd like to get this video up for you, edited and uploaded for this evening. You guys can actually see it and run some of the trains around on it. So we're going to get this train moving shortly, but we need to cover these castle set carriages to the rest of the train. We need to get it covered up to the front of the train. A lot of carriages this year when it's going one way, so the other way seems to be on the opposite reason. Carriages are strange things at times. Doing wide cut-ins to them can be a very strange concept of trains to be different. Right, I will get the rest of this train track sorted out. And I'm going to also show you what my dream layout is going to look like from my drawing that I did draw it out a while ago, but I'm going to show you what's going to look like, just as an idea what it's going to look like once it's been organised. But right now I need to put the track down. Let's organise the grab over batteries. I'm missing one already, but I haven't seen it since I made my bed yesterday. So hopefully I will find that one before Friday. I really do hope so, because I'm going to need it on Friday. Because I'm planning on going somewhere else on Friday instead of Dawlish. I'll probably go somewhere different. before we go to so sure yet. Not entirely sure. I go to Marsh Barton or Teignmouth. As I'm in between, I did have a drawing pad of my stuff, but I have no idea where it could be. I do have my drawing, and I will show you my plan with the railway in this. It's in here somewhere. I'm sure I drawed it in here. Where is it? I'm sure I drawed it out. And that's a really rough sketch of one. That could be it. 6.4. That could be it. Right, I'm gonna just park myself. Railway is all clear. I'm gonna take a couple of carriages up as well, just to be safe. How to build your motorway series is quite easy, because this is part 2. And we've got enough light today so you can see me properly, which is quite nice. So that's my rough sketch of how my Dreamlet's going to look like. So basically it's going to be it won't look as tight as this on this board, but it looks tighter than it actually is. It's going to be third mostly for the whole loop for my Dreamlet, and there's going to be fourth on the outer one, but on the inside it's going to be third, probably a bit second for the sidings, but the sidings going to be for where they park up, not when they're going round. But yeah, this is basically how it would look like, but a bit bigger, because this is a 6.4 length layout, which is reasonable for the size. But obviously my layout is basically a HST layout, which is much nicer for those that are building that are off HST. And of course, you know, when you've got sidings sitting about or streets and little villages and things to deal with, that starts to fill up. So obviously for today's video we're just going to have a bit of fun, and we're just going to try to sort out a few areas for the train. Now obviously I will sort out the junior treading car, which will be done. I will sort it out and get it moving again. What's going to happen with the Castle Southwell? She's going to be running around with her new train soon enough. Just need to sort this out first, and then I can show you further into detail with the railway at some point soon. But yeah, we're just going to have to bring around and show you. There might be a coupling hook, but I'm guessing not. So we can run the castle set. Shortly. And we'll put the training car of the castle at the back, just for this moment. That way it can come round nice and smoothly. Now this what you can see of it at the moment is, well, pretty messy at the moment, but I'm still building it up. This railway is still being built up as a proper layout. It's still on the floor. I'm hoping to get it up on the stand at some point soon. So I'm doing this for about an hour, like I usually. It'll be I'm trying to think where I can do filming this coming week. So I'll probably go from a different part of the line this week, so it will be from, I'll be getting off at the normal place on Friday evening, but on the way in it's going to be going through a different line, railway line, to run the other train. So I've got to sort out a railway plan guide, which I do have. I do have a book, which I think I left over on the side over there somewhere, which is kind of annoying, but and I've got all this stuff to sort out in these boxes, which I haven't had the time yet to do it, but I need to go through all these boxes and go through all this multiple stuff that's in this, because there's bags of stuff in here. I don't think it's all mine. I don't think there's every single thing in here is mine. They're magnets from the fridge. So yeah, I'm gonna just try and get this going and then we'll go from there. Moving now. Okay. Trying to make the car too unefficient as possible, because obviously there's going to be train stalls. So yeah, there's going to be a bundle of stuff coming up. And yes, my boat's coming up soon as well, so there won't be a lot of massive amount of railway stuff after I've done my big unboxing and overview of whatever I buy. After that point I'll have a break and then we'll come back with new parts after my break. But we're going to stop that there for the moment because to change it to the siding. This track is not running as well as it should. I haven't got any track cleaning solution at the moment either. I'm going to do a companion video, chat video for you soon. And I might change it slightly to make it more just in the companion channel. But that will be covered in that channel. And this one is also about the railways. There we go. Hopefully that is more efficient. I really hope so. I really hope this is going to run more efficient than it was. It seems to be. It's good. Then I have to put on this part of the railway. Yeah, this is not a full-time solution at the moment, but you can see she's running around, but she's having the track is one overdue or clean. As you can see, I've got a couple of my cars full of set carriages. I do have a power car for it, but as I say, she's not in the best shape at the moment. The GW castle set, which will be sitting in a proper siding, which I will show you. I will show you it probably during next week's video where everything's going to be, and hopefully by next week, by the end of this week, I'm hoping to order everything that I want, either for the van or other reasons. But so it means that at the meantime, before I do start buying things this coming week, for anything I want to buy, I gotta start building this layout. It's going to be tricky, and during my break I'm going to be working on it quite a bit, doing housework and some other bits, but I don't know if I've got a book, railway book over here, but yeah, well, it's behind me. I should have looked there first, but this little old little booklet, which I have since I had the train set, and yes, it is really old, but it still serves its purpose, and it's ancient. So 6x4, that's a shunting line, so to speak. So that's a 6.4 track, railway track, and 6.4 continue 3 lines, and then it branches off to 2 lines. There's a lot of sidings, but yeah, I don't have that space. This is 4'3". I think this board is a 4'3" board, so I need something at least 3'5" layout, so it will be long enough to have 2 tracks, bundle of sidings, and I need a entire really good yard for all the HSTs I'll collect, and on top of that, this entire shelf will be covered in HSTs in different liveries. My plan is at the moment is to have a railway, having a test shelf to make sure the trains are working well. So I'm going to have a little test shelf along this wall somewhere here, just to make sure the trains are working well after it has its service. But on this, over on that wall near my bed, there's all going to be the shelves for the HST. So East Midlands, Blue Pullman, East Coast, Virgin, First Great Western, GNR, Castle Set, Grand Central, Virgin, Network Rail. There's a whole bundle of HSTs I want to collect, even the bizarre ones, but I'll probably take the buffers off of them once I get them, so, because they're not designed with buffers, really, not really. But anyway, back to the topic from How to Build Your Model Railways, How to Build Your Model Railway Series, Part 2. So, as for my last video, I did mention that there is things that you need to cover as to build your model railway. And if you've got your drawing pad, you've got your railway book to show you how you want to build your railway, draw it out. This is one of the steps I would highly recommend to take when you're building your dream layout. Is also the second step is go out to the railways, the real railways, main line and the heritage lines, take some pictures. Take some pictures on the main line and the heritage lines. Do some videos on it. Take some pictures and then draw up some plans from what you've seen on the main line and the heritage lines. And you get the information from that. And then you bring on to the next stage of getting the track, getting it all drawn out on a long, big piece of card, drawing it out. And then you start cutting out paper track pieces where you want everything to go, and then you work on to the next piece, which will be, basically putting it down where the track is not there, but it's where it's wanted to be for your proper layout. So you put the paper pieces there as where you want it. And I never thought that to myself in my dream layout, but I do want to do something similar to mark out where I want my actual points, my stations, my signals, my traffic, overhead bins, green lights, signal tower. I'll probably stick with mostly the old 7-4 signals on my layout because I just find them a little bit nicer than all the old, the really newer lights, the signal lights. I just don't find them as interesting as the signal for 7-4 signal towers. I prefer them because you can see them flick up and down as one's due to go through and one's due just gone through. I like the old style of signals, and obviously there's going to be a branch line, which I didn't mention, but there's going to be a branch line on my dream layout. It's going to be a branch line basically for this train. This is basically what the branch line's for. It's going to be for my cargo train, which will be a small separate line for all the tankers or coal, cement stuff. It'll be bringing off from the sideline down to either to the factory or the coal mine or something. But yeah, you can get terminus stations or terminus layouts where you basically go one end to the layout and then you put it in reverse and you can put it back the other way and make your layout really stand out to be something much nicer. But I personally, obviously a lot of people like end-to-end layouts. I do. My dream that's going to be based on a continuum loop. So you build up more mileage and more miles to cover for the railways. And for the station wise, the station's going to be, well, it'll be more lengthy little bit of platform. So basically where the platform is at the moment, it's going to be on this platform here to there. So it's going to go past the point, and then it will go just on the end of the straight here, and then it's going to be a little bit on the corner here, but it's only going to be a little bit because obviously there needs to be enough room for my HSTs to go around it, well, bumping into it, causing really some issues with the layout. So definitely my layout is going to look similar to like that, but definitely not as much sidings. It's going to be a little different to that, but it's going to look something like that, but a bit smaller, but a little less complicated. As you can see on my layout, it's starting to look like my actual layout, and the thing is with your proper layout, your dream layout takes ages to build up ideas. Inspiration is always a good thing when you're building a dream layout of yours. If to find a layout is more suited for you with what era or what type of style of trains that you're basing off. And for me, the HSTs are the ones I'm going to base it off. So anything between the August of 1968 to up to modern day HST lot, which is not many now. But my time out is going to be continuing to be HST fleet for the rest of my life. For my dream layout, it's just going to be HSTs everywhere. So as for the cargo, that's going to be having its own little siding for its it will sit in for all its cargo to sit in. So the idea is my layout is going to be in the one section of the layout. It's going to be basically a coal yard or tin mine or something like that for the freight train. In the rest of the sidings, all going to be HSTs. So in one side you can have the GNR, the other side you can have the Blue Pullman, on the other one you can have GVR Castle set, and then you got another one going to be Intercity, and you got one beyond that's Intercity Swallow, and then you got Virgin, and so on. You just got a bundle of them piling up, and that's what I kind of want. That's what I want to do with mine now. It's to have all those trains in multiple different liveries: East Coast, Grand Central, East Midlands, Intercity Swallow, and you got Virgin, and then you got quite a number of other liveries which I can't name them all, but so many of them. I think in real life they did multiple about 148 different delivered HST sets in real life before the modern trains came in. So you had 125 different delivered HSTs, went through different stages of different colour schemes. So obviously, say like in 1968 or in the 1980s, it was all in Intercities, British Rail and Intercity Swallow sets, and you also had Virgin. I'm not sure East Coast was the 90s, I think they were early 2000s. I think GNR is around 90s to 2008, so this train I have with the GNR carriages and obviously the power car. The train car will be back on this as soon as I can. It just needs to resolder the wire, and then she can go back and join her connection with the rest of her train. But she needs to be rewired on the back track, and then she can be running as freely as the rest of the train. But obviously, my main goal for now is to get this one resoldered on the back track, and then she can be running just as smoothly with her power car. The power car needs a clean, but I'm going to do that at some point. I'm going to show you how to service your models in a couple of weeks after I have my break, and then we'll come back and do some more videos on this. There is another train I do want to focus on. I mean, I do want to work on getting this to be perfect as possible, but also looking to get a flashing tail lamp to the back of the car goes, so that way you know where the end of the train is. As for line 2 on this my Dreamliner, it's going to be a continuum loop like the outer one, but there's a little bit of an odd thing about the line 2 because there's all the sidings to think about, and there's a whole bundle of them to deal with. And there's literally one after another. So I want to have my sidings set up in a particular order, and that way they can kind of sit beside each other, basically. Pardon me. And you can have literally multiple sidings for all my HST fleets, and some people might consider that boring, but this is my dream out, not yours. Yours might be very different to mine, but this is what I'm showing you, what's mine going to look like. But and as you can see, I'm running the part of the castle set on the back of the GNL HST set at the moment. As for this moment in time, as you can hear, she's doing a quickly clap, and I want to have that go around the entire route. I want to have that quickly clap everywhere I go on the track. And yeah, she needs a clean and she needs a pretty good service. She hasn't had a service since we moved in this property. So this engine needs a bit of a clean up, and she needs probably a bit of drop or two of oil. But for the main service, I can't dig into the motor end because the chance I might damage the wires and the contacts of the motor. But the rest of it seems to be perfectly okay. And I don't want to fiddle around with this unit because this is a train I do not want to break, because it's my precious trains and I do not want to break them. And they're very expensive units now. They're like £300 to £400 each. I mean, I'm not joking. They're like nearly £500 each for these two power cars. Well, power car and training car. They're really expensive. And the Midland Pullman, it's fairly similar to this actually. I think it's about £100 more. But the Blue Pullman HST is about 380 to 385, depending where you look. But I'm looking to get a new castle set, so that way you can look forward to see a new powerful new motor of HST castle set soon. There also will be the Blue Pullman to look forward to, and I think at the moment I'm thinking to get in city on one of these sides, if I can find it. If not, then I guess my next option would be Virgin or East Coast. Not totally sure, but I will try to get this sorted and get it organised. It's not going to be easy, especially if I've got to think about putting money into getting this board stand up next year. I've got my basically my railway really well planned out. Now it's going to take time, but the idea is in the future when I'm not, I mean, I do enjoy YouTube, but it does take a lot of portion of my day up, and I could do other things in that time instead of doing videos. But I'm very much enjoying making my content, but as it does take a lot of time up. It takes a lot more patience, and editing it takes a long time. It takes 2 to 4 hours per day, and if my laptop's running well, then it can only take up to an hour and a half. But But yeah, this is basically going to be just to show you what you can build on your whatever length board or table or coffee table. But yeah, you can basically build any size, whatever scale you want, to what space you have available in your house, which is a good thing. But also, I need to sort out a few other bits along the way. As some of you might know, I have got other things that I'm thinking I might end up doing, especially if I decide to spend this money on a holiday first and then get them trains after. But because I have considered using this my savings for going on the first class train, but I mean, the only reason I'm hesitant about the only thing I'm hesitant not buying or spending that money on that train is because mainly it's not the expense of it, it doesn't bother me, but it's mainly because it's just how far it is, and obviously I don't know that area that well, so it's mainly because I don't know the area, and I'll probably be a little bit really unaware of a new area which I wouldn't know where to go, and that's the only reason why I'm hesitant about that area or going there, because obviously it's going to be an area I have no clue of where everything's going to be. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I would do it. So yeah, I would be quite happy to spend my money on a holiday to Scotland on a first class train. I really would, but it's mainly just because obviously I just wouldn't know the area unless I actually get to know people up there on the day, show me around. But that's the trouble, you see. That's one thing that's put me off the idea of going up there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure the journey would be great, and getting to know people on the train for that particular day from different areas of the county, I'm sure it'd be really nice, but it's just the anxiety of knowing people from a different area. And the thing is, people will say, well, you know, you can build up your layout how you want it, but, well, you know how to spend your money on things that you want, but you can also spend your money on holidays in other ways, which is probably true actually. You probably spend a fortune on holiday all the time. You have to consider about the travel costs, but you also have to consider how much it will cost to stay there for that period of time, which will probably cost quite a fair bit, especially when in an area you're not very know of how things could work. But can work if you know the area. And the thing is, there's a lot of things I need to get done apart from focusing on just one thing. And at the moment I am still in two minds what I want to buy with savings, but I will make my decision very soon to what I'm going to buy with it. Because I would love the idea of getting a new power car of the HST Castle set. I do really want to get. And now I've just been interrupted by someone turning the vacuum on. It's typical. But there's other things I want to show you on this railway which hasn't been shown yet. This railway is going to be a designated railway for all the HSTs, and a lot of people say, well, that's pretty cool to have a bunch of model HSTs on your layout. But it also means that when I next go to the train group, which I don't go to it very often anymore, but I would like the idea of going soon, because obviously I haven't been for a while. Mainly because there have been too many events going on with the HSTs themselves on the main line, but there's also for other reasons too, which I do want to explain to the people who attend to the celebrations for the HST lot on the main line. And the HSTs in model form, they are rather heavy. They're not actually massively lightweight, but yeah, she's rather heavy. I mean, as from traction goes, she's not good because of that. She's rather got a lot of tractive effort for something she is. Am I going to get a in-city set? I'm hoping to get cross country, actually, but I don't know when I'm able to get one. Mainly because they're just very difficult to get now. They're really hard to find. They just keep cross country sets. They are so hard to find. I mean, literally, they're so difficult to find the actual power units to find for a good price, and finding them and then getting carriages, which is all very easy, but you need to find the power cars first, and they're really difficult to find these days. It's easier to get the Voyager in cross country in Double O than getting the cross country HST sets. It's ridiculous. And I can guarantee the HST cross countries are more popular than the Voyagers, I expect. But I do like the Voyagers too, but they're just not as the same as Would I show you how the railway look once I clean the board? Yeah, I will show you how I think it's going to look once I build it up. I'm just trying to think where the corner pieces are. I do want to put the long straight piece along here, and then put a corner piece down here, and then do the same from the other end too. So that way they kind of look rather nice, but at the moment it's just looking rather plain. So as I said, the HSTs themselves are going to be nice. They are very nice to travel on. Some prices, as I say before, that they are limited to the how much power they can give to the tracks in modern day, because obviously safety reasons. Same with the cargos too, really. When was the last time my DB cargo running around? My DB cargo 66 has, it runs quite often actually. She runs sometimes a week, and then she just runs. I think she's my most favourite freight train. I think between the class 58. Yeah, I'll definitely say she's more my favourite cargo train than the class 58. Just because of how she looks, and the train itself is cargo. Yeah, that noise that you'll hear is the train running around, but I'm going to show you some close-up shots just in a moment with the train, and then we'll end the video off, I expect, very shortly as it's going around. So don't expect massive amount of running today, but I'm basically showing you how everything's going to work in the process of trains running. Part 3, when I'm going out on Friday to do normal mainline train stuff, I'm going to show you how the real trains and the tracks set up and how they're moving by switches. But this is basically going to be in part 2, that'll be on Friday. Just imagine the castle set going around with the new ones, new engine with electrolytes, car lights, cab lights. You've got a strip light in the centre, and you just basically got an entire set going around with actually, roof lighting. You've got basically squares, and it goes one's on one side and it goes on the other side, one in the middle, but yeah. I suppose if I did get a castle set, a new one, I'm guessing if I did get a new power car for the castle set, or a set of them, basically, I'm not totally sure what name set I'm gonna get. One I'm not totally sure what castle I'll probably go for. Should I go for Tintagel Castle? Should I get Entertainment Castle? Should I get Lordston Castle? I'm not totally sure. There's Oakhampton too, and there's the Oakcommon one. I've seen quite a few times last year, but I've only seen it once or twice this year. So yeah, there's a lot of bundle stuff I want to show you, but I just don't have the time today to show you everything. But I'm gonna basically have a chat with you now on while I'm sitting on the bed, so and we'll switch the light off down on the board and we'll grab the other spare batteries. I still need to find my third one because at the moment I only got the three and I need the fourth on Friday. So just set you up on the board bed. Hope you guys can see me. It's still light, fairly light outside, so it's not massively dark out there yet. But hopefully we'll get something sorted before it gets too dark out here. And I want to finish it before it gets to that point. Oh yeah, new tripod's going to be ordered soon. I might even order it this week, so that way I've got a new one. Otherwise, yeah, things might just get worse as I'm going to doors probably during next year at some point. But I'm hoping to get a few things ordered this year. Not just the big suppliers soon, but suppliers for boards as well. Turn up here, and hopefully we'll just. It's not massively. I'm hoping it'll brighten up a little bit before finishing this video off. Because the sun's gone behind the cloud now and it's not as bright. So I'm sitting on the bed now, obviously. It's 4:45, so I really need to hurry up because the light is going to start going soon. Just a quick update, there is going to be re-uploading some of my old videos from the old house. Because I want to update them, I don't want to leave them as just 14 minutes from a year ago or 2 years ago. Some of those videos I done ages ago. It's going to be, some are going to be deleted off the channel from stuff from I've got 2 or 4 views. Stuff I've previously talked about a couple of years back, which I talked about a lot of different things. Some of those are going to be deleted because I think as I'm going to do a reacting video actually soon, and watching some of these old videos before I delete them. But I want to delete them after watching them. But basically, I'm going to react to me from 6-7 years ago to what I am now compared to back then. So it's going to be a lot of changes on this channel. I expect for the next 10 years. I expect before things might change properly, but with me not posting near as often at that point. I will probably just post every now and again at that point, but not every day. Probably eventually in that point in my life I'll probably only post when I have times off, but right now I guess can post as often as I want, I guess, and just enjoy it. And since I started my channel off, I did it because I enjoy it. I don't do it because, people. I didn't start the channel off because I wanted to do it as a job. I didn't. I wanted to do it because I enjoyed it, and I kind of forgot about that when I first started this channel off. I started off this channel 2015, 28th of May. So, yeah, all that time ago, when I started. And I can't believe I actually started. It'll be 9 years from next year, so I can't believe I've done 8 years on YouTube, but I came a long way. I think editing has been helpful with making my content and focus on other things in my life. If you see any of the unusual old videos pop up on the channel, I'm just really updating them and edit them so they can have longer videos. And I will delete the shorter ones, put the longer ones up, and the ones that are really enough views, they're going to be deleted. Um, as for the short videos, like the 30-second clip videos, those ones have got big views, staying up. The ones that are making no sense at all, then I'll probably delete them, but most of them are fine. I've got a few in the normal video selection I need to go through it and delete, but in the other ways I'm really perfectly fine with everything else. But I want to improve my content enough so that way when I do post every now and again, then it's more. And what I might do on days I film in the future, I'll probably just do 1 or 2 days in the future, just every now and again to post, but I'll probably edit it the day before it goes up. So, and the video itself will be on a day my time off, and I could film for like 3 to 4 hours during the day. So I start really early in the morning, finish all the way through to about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and then that way, and then the rest of the day I can go for editing, and then it can go up the next day really early, get it posted, and then everyone can watch it. And it's basically what I'm going to end up probably doing, something like that. Once every now and again I will probably post on my channel for people to watch, and people can just watch it as to when when they might want to watch it in the future. Right now I'm still posting pretty much every day except on Sunday. I'll probably go back to a system where I'm posting Monday to Friday, and then, but I think that's only going to happen when when there's less interest and trains around. At the moment there's not many, but there's still the casters going through it, and there's still the Voyagers going through it, so I'll still be posting them. Now, spring next year I'll probably go and see the Blue Porn again. I'm still hoping to buy that one. I'm still thinking actually riding it. At the moment I'm still thinking of travelling on it, but I still want a model too. So which one do I pick more? Do I want to go on holiday on it, or do I want the model version of it? And do you know, I forgot to mention this, but I didn't know till I realised recently that Midland Pullman actually was part of the cross country set. I never thought that until I did my research. The Blue Pullman came around because a part of GWR or SWR company, who owns part of the cross country of the Lower Depot, the cross country HST sets when been sold on to this private company, and they ripped off the old cross country livery on the 2 power cars, and they painted up all the old cross country sets in the Blue Pullman colours, blue and white, and they did that in the 1930s to 1999, and they basically put in the Blue Pullman set, and I think they put it on the best trainers possible because the HSTs are iconic in themselves, so they paint them on the Blue Pullman livery. That's, yeah, it's definitely the best train to choose for the Blue Pullman. They're nice trains, they're comfortable, they're reliable, and make them even better by make them a little bit more luxury for a first class train. Then you got yourself a good bargain with having a train like that. Compared to the original Blue Pullman, it's just looks really odd looking, but nowadays HST definitely takes it because iconic trains, and they're known for their speed, reliability, and the comfort. Opposed to the Javelins and these Class 375 sets, which are coming down and have been seen recently over. I think they start from London and go up towards areas where they don't have Tingray, but they also areas they do have tinnery. So we'll probably see them down in the southwest soon, between Exeter and through Dawlish towards Plymouth. And eventually we'll see them in Cornwall, of course, but at the moment it's still mostly Germans, but you still see a few castles left. But next year, I don't expect to see any castles at all. But I expect there'll still be voyages around next year, but there won't be castles probably. There'll probably be the odd one still hanging around. There'll probably still be the common, and there's also the silver dragon one, and probably the golden dragon one. But I haven't seen the common one for a while, so I don't know what they're doing with that one. But I will guess we'll wait and see. So yeah, I'm basically lost for words for what they're doing with their sets, with the HSTs. But any of you guys who want to see in my upcoming videos with whatever I buy this month, I'm going to be buying a bundle of stuff, and they're going to be, I'm not sure entirely what I'm buying yet, but I've got a fair idea now. It's just going to be dependent on what I prefer more at this time. And you might hear it in my voice, but I'm starting to get sleepy. It's nearly 5 o'clock. I'm getting a little peckish. So I'm going to have to head off, guys, and I hope you guys enjoy this content and how to build your Monorail series. Third part's coming up on Friday. I'm going to take you along with me on the main line and show you how the real trains look with the setup on the railways, the real trains, and take some pictures. And I already took in a bundle of pictures between the areas I've been this year, so it's just a matter for me to draw it out next and start cracking on getting some cork and ballast and getting some legs for this board standing up, and get it all going according to plan. How big is this board? Well, it's pretty big. I mean, it takes pretty much half of this room up. If this board wasn't on the floor, then it's basically, I would say this board is pretty much almost lengthwise almost the same as this bed is. From wall to wall, it's pretty much the same, but it's just much narrower than this bed is. This is much wider. So it's a small double, this bed. It's a sleigh bed, but it's not the premium sleigh bed. The premium sleigh bed would come about, you're looking around 1,200 for the proper sleigh bed. This is about 300 when I bought this. But this is like the budget version of the sleigh beds. So, and that was a few years ago. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a like. Make sure to subscribe. Turn on post notifications. And you can follow my Instagram. And of course you can follow my Twitter and my YouTube page. Links all in the description below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, which will be, I think it's going to be tomorrow for another video gameplay. So I'll see you guys very soon. Might be actually a dog video, chat video coming out tomorrow. Not sure. Anyway, I'll see you guys very soon. Take care and have a great day. definitely not hanging around. They've got 43, 155 in the front. At the back. Well, it's alright. Hopefully I keep it out of my video for the moment.
Much for that.
Well, this was unexpected.
Yeah.
You said it would be a castle or something.
Bits.
Yep, he's due to head it back to Lost Withiel. So the points have changed too.
Yes, a couple up quite quickly.
Yeah, they maybe had the clearance.
Yeah.
I tell you, said it would come up. You hear
Going down the
rumbling.
Boyd Garden.
You haven't seen this one before.
They also don't go up to Bobbin, these ones. They should go down to the Boyd. So you don't see these ones down at Bobbin because they don't go that far. So they just go around the Lost Withiel Loop.
These are the coal ones, they know like the tankers we see. Yeah. It's like
Yours is
sand.
still going.
You can hear the rumbling on the track.
I mean, if you're approaching, you pretty much reach out the top of it.
I wouldn't.
No, definitely not. No.
No, because that is a safety standard too.
It just keeps on going.
The last one's in
You
shot.
feel the vibrations as well as your feet.
Yeah.
Crikey. He's a big one. He is a big one.
It's going super slowly too.
He has to, doesn't he? Because he's changing onto the other track as well.
Yeah, but that's not until further up.
It's not that far up there. Yeah, like the things have just changed as well.
I think there's someone else is coming
There
through
he goes,
because
look,
the
it's
lights.
changing now.
Yeah, he's slowing down to a stop
Yeah,
up
because
there.
he'll be going onto the other line. The Foy line. Another, yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's huge. Once he's cleared it, then they'll change the tracks back and then the next train can come through.
Well,
Which is actually due very soon.
what's the next cargo? Was that not until 3 or something?
It's like another hour yet.
So it'll probably be that one probably coming back.
No, it won't be that one, it'll be a different one. The one that goes through Bobbin.
I can hear train horns in the off
That
distance.
could have been him.
Probably there's another train coming through the other direction. You probably see another one probably off in the
That's not
distance.
due yet.